Environmental engineering, model number 4, air pollution. Okay. So first we will see the content from module number 4, and let's see, these are the contents. It is the one, air pollutant. What do you mean by air pollutants? Definition of the air pollutants. What are the sources and effect on the man, that is human beings, and the environment? Next, it is the behavior and the fate of the air pollutants, photochemical smog. Okay. So, what is the behavior of the air pollutants and the fate of air pollutants? That is the topic, and one topic is photochemical smog. Third topic is meteorological aspect of the air pollutants. In that one, we will cover about a temperature lapse rate and the stability, then inversion, wind velocity, and the turbulence. How the wind velocity, inversions, and turbulence can affect on the air pollutants. Next topic from this one, it is a plum behavior. The plum behavior, how the wind velocity or the temperatures can be impacting on the plume behavior, that we will see in detail. Dispersion of the air pollutants, how important it is to disperse the air pollutants from the pollutants which is generated from the industry or any other source. Then the Gaussian plume model, this is a theoretical model that we have seen, and we can check it how much is the range of the plume to be carried through the from the source to the up to the dispersion of it. Okay, the one Gaussian plume model that we will see. And next topic is estimation of the plume rise, air pollution sampling and measurements, and analysis of the air pollutants. Okay, so these are the contents from the module number 4, that is on the air pollution. We will see about the air pollutant definition, the sources and effect of the air pollutants on the human beings and the environment. In today's topic, we will discuss about this one. What is meant by air pollutants, sources, and the effect of air pollutants on the human beings and the environment. Let's see. So, what is a air pollutant? What do you mean by air pollutant? Sorry, what is mean by air pollution? First, we look what is the air pollution. Okay, so air pollution is refers to release the pollutants. It is to release of the pollutants into the air that are detrimental to human health and the planet as well whole. Now, the what is meant by air pollution? Air pollution, we call it is the release of the pollutants into the air, and because of that, it will be the hammering and damaging the human health and the environment or the whole planet. That we call the air pollution. Now, whatever be the gases which is released from the industry, definitely when you are working as a process in the process industry, definitely there will be the various types of the pollutants are formed. It is generated. Now, these pollutants, when it is released from the industry, from the chimney to the atmosphere, then obviously if it is a minimum quantity, then it can be easily dispersed into the atmosphere. But if there is an excess amount of the air pollutants continuously released from the industry, and because of that one, the capacity of the atmosphere is not that much surrounding the plant or the industry, that is to disperse the pollutants. And because of that one, concentration of the pollutants in that vicinity of the industry, it get increased. And ultimately, when it is impacting on the humans and the planet, then we call it is a air pollution. It means the excess release of the air pollutants or the excess amount of the pollutant concentration in the vicinity of the industry or in a particular area, that we call that is air get polluted. For example, if you enter into the industrial area, then you found that there is lot of odor, and so you may have the difficulty to breathing and all, because the concentration of the pollutants from that industry as you are entered into that area, and because of that one, it will be more concentrated pollutants, more concentration of the pollutants present in that area, and because of that one, it is very difficult for us for the breathing. We get odor and other symptoms too, because it is a more pollutant area. Just like many of you maybe travel from the Lotte MIDC, okay, and from that one you see that it is very difficult for in that 10 to 15 kilometers area you are not properly take a breathing, or maybe lots of odor you found, you may realize the odor in that area, just because a concentration of the pollutants is high, and ultimately because of that one it get polluted. And we that is the general definition. When the excess amount of the pollutants is present in the area, it get polluted the air, that we call air pollution. Okay. So let's see, this is the picture where we can see which are the sources of the air pollution, pollutants. So it may be the aeroplane, which is the more polluting machinery, the vehicles, which is release the NO2, the industry, sorry, volcanoes, which can release the SO2 and the NO2 gas. Then these are the industries which are continuously releasing the pollutants. Okay, and some cigars and all other things are the polluting one. Okay, it means these are the certain the machineries which are polluting the environment, because they are releasing some unwanted gases. Okay, CO2 it is released, NO it is released, CO carbon monoxide it is released, SO2 is released, HF is released. Okay, S2S is released. So this is definitely it will. These are the pollutant. These are called pollutants, and definitely if the concentration of the O3, concentration of the NO, concentration of the SO2, if it is increased, then there is a chances of the pollution. So this is the one of the picture that you see, that this is the industry where continuously the burning of the coal or the fuel is taking place and the process is going on. And because of that one, you see here, these are the fumes are released from these chimneys. Okay, these are the three chimneys, continuously it is released. Now you see here, the concentration of the pollutants here is very high, and as it is moved, then there is a chances of the dispersion of this one. But yes, if it is not a excess, then it can be easily dispersed. Otherwise it will be continuous, as it is continuously released from this chimney. And because of that, what will happen here, you see in the vicinity of the factory, you see these are the all the atmosphere get polluted because of the fumes, because it may not be dispersed properly, and there is a limitation of the atmosphere to disperse it. Okay, you see here, this is the picture. Here you can't see the buildings and all, because uh, these pollutants are accumulated in this area. Okay, and this is the condition that we call it is the air pollution. Now air pollutants we can categorize. How we categorize the air pollutants? As I said, the CO is there, CO2 is there, the dust particles are there. Okay, there are lots of the pollutants material are there. So we are categorized on the basis of the biological particles, non-biological particles, and the gases. Okay, so the pollutants, it may be the gas, it may be the biological particles, it may be the non-biological particles. Now what are the biological particles? Let's see. It may be the molds, viruses, parasites, bacteria, spores, animal dander, pollen, etc. These are the biological particles. So definitely when the air is flow on this plant, then there is a pollen grains maybe the carry out with the air. The viruses and bacteria, definitely it is available there. That can be polluting the environments. Animal tenders, that can be again polluting the environment. So this we call it is the biological particle. What are the non-biological particles? It is the smoke, dust, heavy metals, radioactive isotopes. These are the non-biological particles. Now the smoke is generated from the industry, dust is generated during the construction of the road, buildings and all. Heavy metals is generated from the smelting plant. Radioactive isotopes, again it is from the minings and all. Okay, so this we call it is a non-biological particles. Now, what are the gases? Definitely from the industry, the gases are releases into the atmosphere. Okay, you see the tall chimneys on the in the factories, and that are continuously releasing the gases. And these are, it may be the fumes from things like the adhesives, petroleum products, pesticides, paint, cleaning products, radon, carbon monoxide, etc. So this is what called a gases. Now most of the time the gases are released from the industry, from the vehicles. Okay, from the minings. So it may have formation of the gases. Okay. So we can categorize the pollutants: biological, non-biological, and the gases form. Now there are the six common air pollutants are the maximum contribution on the air pollution. It is there are the six air pollutants. Which are that? There are the six common air pollutants. Let's see. So the first, it is the particulate matter. It we call it is PM10 and PM2.5. Okay, these are the sizes of it. So the particle size which having the 10 micron or it is to the 2.5 micron, that will be the we call it is the particulate matter. Okay, so particulate matters is the one of the pollutants which are continuously impacting the contribution of the air pollution, because lots of construction sites are going on. The when there is we are burning the coal, that time also these some small particles are coming out with the gases and the fumes. Okay, so one, it is the particulate matter. Nitrogen dioxide, this is also the one of the pollutants which are impacting and it is a contribution of the air pollution. It is nitrogen dioxide. Especially if you see the vehicles, they are contributing the nitrogen oxide to be released from the engine. Then the carbon monoxide, this is also the one of the pollutants which are impacting or it is contributing the air pollutions. So carbon monoxide, it is when the fuel is what we call the unburned fuels or incomplete combustion of the fuel, and there is a release of the carbon monoxide, and that is obviously it is very dangerous than the CO2 gas. So this is also the one of the pollutants which are affecting the pollution, the air pollution. Another is the ground level ozone. Now we know that what is the contribution of the ozone. Ozone is trapping the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. But if this ozone layer is formed nearer to the atmosphere, means in our troposphere, then it is very difficult, and we call it is a poisoning gases. It's a very dangerous poisonous gases form, and that is be formed just because of there is oxygen is present, and some of the reactions is going on between the the between the light and all, and then there is a formation of the ground level ozone O3, and ultimately it will be the one of the air pollutants which are contributing for the pollution, air pollution. Lead, this is also the one of the pollutants which is coming, or we can call lead is nothing but the toxic metals. Okay, it may have some toxic metals which is released from the smelting industries. Okay, from the mines, and it is contributing the for the air pollutions. And the lastly, it is a sulfur dioxide. Okay, now this sulfur dioxide also contributing the air pollution, and especially when we are burning the coal which having the high content of the sulfur. You might be learned that is in a chemical technology the subject, where the sulfur dioxide, the coal which having a high percentage of the sulfur, uh, and if that coal is we are utilizing for generation of the electricity in the thermal power plant, and when we are burning that coal, at the same time as it is release the energy, but at the same time the sulfur is burning and there is a formation of the SO2 gas, and this is also harming the air pollution, or even it is more dangerous because SO2 is converted into the SO3 and then is to the H2SO4, and there is acid rain is formed. Okay, so these are the main what we call the particulates or the air pollutants. One, sulfur dioxide, lead, ground level ozone, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and particulate matter. Okay, these are the six common air pollutants. Okay, particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, ground level ozone, lead, and sulfur dioxide. Okay? Now let's see what is the impact of it and what is the sources of these air pollutants. What are the sources? What is the impact and how we can control that one? Because as the engineers, it is our role to controlling the things. Yes, the industries never we close down that one. Okay, because we want a product which is it is manufactured by the industry, and it is not possible to close down all the industries just because it is generating the air pollutants. But yes, whatever be the pollutant which is generated from them, we first look out what is the source of it. Once we know the source, can we minimize at the source? That is the first question by the engineer. So if it is possible to minimize, then we can. If it is not, then can we control that one? Can we reduce as small as possible, as minimum as possible? If that is also not case, then the another case, that is a technology that we can use, some equipment, some machineries, we can use it so that we can reduce the pollutants which is before it is to be released into the atmosphere. It means we can capture that pollutants from the source, the pollutants which is generated from the source. Okay, with the help of the different processes. Just like we can trapping with the use of the electrostatic precipitator, we can use the cyclone separators, we can use the filter bag. You might be learned that is in a solid fluid mechanical operation. Okay, so these are a certain process or certain unit operations that we can use to trap that one. Okay, let's see it. So the first air pollutant, it is the particulate matter. Now what do you mean by particulate matter? So particulate matter is the sum of all the solids and the liquid particles. It is not only the solid, but it having a liquid particles too, suspended in a air, many of which are the hazardous. It means the particulate matter we define it, which having the size of 0.10, sorry, it is to 10 micron to the 2.5 micron, and these are contained the solid as well as the liquid, which are it is diffused in the air, it is suspended in the air. Okay, this is the complex mixture include the both the organic as well as the inorganic particles, such as it may have the dust, it may have the pollen grains, it may have the soot, smoke, liquid droplets. All these are combinedly suspended in the air, and that we call it is the air pollutants, the particulate matter. So these particles vary greatly in the size, composition, and origin. Now definitely the sizes of the particulate matter is not same. The size of the particulate matter which is generated from the construction site, the size of the particulate matter which is from the pollen, it might be the different one. Okay, so let's see, we can again divided that part, a particulate matter classified on the basis of the dust. If it is a dust, now when we call it is a dust, if the size is range between the 1 to 200 micrometer, if the size of the particulate matter, if it is between the 1 to 200 micrometer, then we call it is a dust. And how it is formed? It is formed by the natural disintegration of the rock and the soil. Now, where the dust is generated? You know that when it is a summer season, you find when there is a air blow, that time you found that the dust particles are suspended into the air. Okay, so it is formed just because of the disintegration of the rock and the soils, large settling velocity and settled by gravity. Now let's take the example of the cement industry. In the cement industry, we have the rocks continuously. We are grinding that rocks. We are crashing that rock and all. Okay, with the help of the unit operations, it may we use the jaw crusher, we may use the grinder, we may use the ball mill. Okay, and because of that, what happened when there is a disintegration takes place, when there is a splitting that part, the rocks, then it is or the soil, it will be form a dust, small size particles. And this is again obviously it having the high density one, and because of that one it can be easily settled down. And for that one we can use the unit operation which has the gravity settler we can use. Okay, because it having the large settling velocity and we can capture that one. Another is the smoke. This is the type of the classification of the particulate matter. Okay, the next is a smoke. Now what is smoke? Smoke we can define if the range is between the particles, if it is having the range between 0.01 micron to the 1 millimicron. It is 0.01 to 1 millimicrometer. If this is the size, then we call it as a smoke, means a smaller size than dust. Okay, and that is we call smoke. Where from the it is generated, it can be in a form of liquid or it can be in a form of solid, formed by the combustion and the other chemical processes. And especially the smoke is formed just because of the combustion of the coal, it may release the smoke. Okay, and the sizes is between 0.01 to the 1 micrometer. Then a fumes. Now what do you mean by fume? First we learn, we see the dust, second we see the smoke, and now the fumes. Now what do you mean by fumes? Fumes is what? when the range of the size between zero point 0.1 to 1 micron and releases from the metallurgical and chemical process. Especially the fumes are formed between the chemical processes and the metallurgical one. Okay, when that process is going on, the fumes are formed. Okay, these are the solid particles. These are the solid particles. Then the mist. What do you mean by mist? It is formed by the liquid droplets. Size range is from less than 10 micron and formed by the condensation in the atmosphere released from the industrial operation. Now the mist is formed in the form of liquids. Just like if you have some the air bubbling system, and that time you see that some the mist is formed above the equipments. Okay, that is the liquid droplets, and it is in a form of condensation. Means it is the condensed molecules are present in the atmosphere. Okay, and it is released obviously from the chemical processing industries. Most of the times they are releasing this type of the particulate matter, which we call it is a mist. Then the fog and the aerosol. Now what do you mean by fog? Fog is it is a mist in which the liquid water and is sufficiently dense to obscure the vision. Now there is a formation of the mist from the process industry. Now what is the fog? Fog is a high concentration of the mist, and it is not possible for us to visible in front of the object in front of us, and that is we call it is a fog. Aerosol, it is what aerosol is a suspension of the fine solid particles or liquids, droplets in the air or any other gases. That is a aerosol. It is a suspension of fine solid particles. Now, what is exactly it is? Let's see that there is a bubble, and in that bubble, if there is a solid particle, is trapped by the bubble, and that is nothing but the aerosols. So the solid particles it get trapped into the droplets, liquid droplets, and that is a formation of the aerosols. Okay, especially the size is range between the one less than 1 micrometer. Okay, that is the size of the aerosols. Now, let's see what is the sources and the effect of on the human beings and the environment. The particulate matter, this is formed through the chemical reaction, fuel combustion, the industrial processes, farming, and unpaved roads or during the road construction. Then the short exposures can be worsen heart or lung. Now, what is the impact on the human beings? If it is a short term exposures can worsen the heart or lung diseases and cause the respiratory problems. If it is a long exposures can cause the heart or lung disease and sometimes premature death. It means if you are short term contact between the particulates matter, then you may have facing some lungs problem and heart problems, because when you are breathing that time some particles maybe it is get enter into the lungs, and because of that accumulation of these particles in the lungs, it may have a serious problem to the lungs. And if you continuously expose with this air pollutants, then definitely you may have a heart attack, you may have the lung diseases, and maybe in a severe case it may have the death of the person. So this is the impact of the air pollutants, particulate matter. Another pollutants is the carbon monoxide. Okay, we see in the particulate matter. Now the second is the carbon monoxide. So this is also the one of the pollutants which are impacting on the air pollution. It is the major pollutants which are contributing the air pollution. What is that? Fuel combustion from the vehicles and engine. It will release from the combustion of fuel from the vehicles and the engines. It is reduces the amount of oxygen reaching the body, organs, and tissues, aggravates heart disease, resulting in the chest pain and other symptoms. Now, what is the impact of the air pollutant, that is the carbon monoxide? What is the source? The big source is vehicles and the engines, and incomplete combustion of the fuel, formation of the CO. What is the impact? It may reduce the amount of oxygen reaching body organs. It means they are impacting to not getting the oxygen, sufficient oxygen to the blood or to the body, and because of that one it may have the heart disease, it may have the chest paining and other symptoms that will happen in by just having the carbon monoxide. Or even if it is a more exposed to the carbon monoxide, then there may be the chances of the death of the that person, because it is having a toxic gas. Carbon monoxide is a toxic gas. Carbon dioxide is not a toxic gas. It is a greenhouse gas. But yes, a carbon monoxide is a toxic one. Nitrogen dioxide, the fuel combustion, especially when we are burning the coal, when we are burning the fuels, liquid fuels, it may have the generation of the NO2. So it may the electrical utilities, big industrial boilers, vehicles, wood burning. That will be the releasing nitrogen dioxide. Now, what is the impact of it on the human beings and the environment? A worsen lung disease leading the respiratory symptoms, increase the susceptibility and to the respiratory infection. That will be the impact of the nitrogen gas. The ground level ozone, what is the impact of ground level ozone? And if you see here, ground level ozone is colorless and highly irritating gas that form just above the earth's surface. Okay, it is it is the secondary pollutants formed by the chemical reaction of volatile organic compounds and the NOx in the presence of the sunlight. So this is the formation by volatile organic compounds and the NOx in presence of sunlight. It may harming the decreasing the lungs function and cause the respiratory symptoms. This is also impacting on your lungs. Okay, it may have the coughing and shortness of the breath, also make asthma and the lungs disease get worse. Okay, so this is the impact to the human beings. Then another pollutants, it is the lead or we call the heavy metals. Smelter industry, especially or the refineries that will just form or release the lead into the atmosphere or other metal industries. It is a combustion of leaded gasoline in the piston engine, aircraft, waste incinerators, and the battery manufacturing. This is also the sources of the lead pollutants. uh, and what is the impact on the to the human beings? It may damaging the developing the nervous system, resulting in the IQ loss, impact on learning, memory, behavior in children, and the cardiovascular and the renal effects on in the adults, and early effect of the related to be anemia. Okay, so these are the impact of the lead. If you are continuously contacting with these pollutants, definitely it will be harming to the human body. It may harming to the lungs, it may harm to the heart, it may harms to the other organs of the body. Sulfur dioxide, this is also the one of the biggest pollutants that is to be there. And let's see what is the sources of it. SO2 comes from the fuel combustion, especially the high sulfur coal. As I said, a high sulfur coal. So this is the high sulfur coal will be the impacting to release the sulfur, and as we use this coal to for generation of the electricity in the thermal power plant, we use the coal in the process industries, and definitely it will have generating the SO2 gas just because of the sulfur content. It may have released from the volcanoes also. The sulfur is also released from the volcanoes. Okay, that we call it is a natural one. What is the impact of this one? The main impact is aggravates on the asthma and makes breathing. It also contribute to particle formation with the associated with the health effects. Okay, so especially this SO2 is also it is impacting to the asthma problems. Okay, lungs problems, and obviously the SO2 if converted into the acid, then there is acid rain is there, and definitely it will not only affect on the human beings but also to the plant and environment too. Now let's see here the effect on man and the environment. Now what are the effect is there? We learn all these particulate, the pollutants, it may have the particulate matter, it is a CO, it is a CO2, it is the SO2, it is the NO2, it is the ozone which is nearer to the atmosphere. Okay, these are the some pollutants. Now let's see what is the impact. From this figure you can easily understood it. So this is the picture shows that how this is the human being, okay, and what are the impact of it. Let's see the first. It is here the heat wave. Now why there is heat wave? Because if this particulate matter which is present surrounding, then there is a scattering of the light. There is a absorption of the light, absorption of the heat, and ultimately there is a increase the temperature of the earth. If you see the temperature of earth before the 20 years and now, you will find there is a 2 to 3 degree is rise before 20 years. Why? It may have low in before 20 years and now it will have high up to the 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, just because of the industrialization, because of the vehicles and all that is continuously the releasing these pollutants and impacting it. So it is a destruction of the ozone layer. The ultraviolet rays directly comes here, and because of there is a formation of the heat waves, and definitely as the temperature is increased, it is very difficult for the human body to just adjust that one. Another impact is it may have the illness just because of some changes in the atmosphere. Ultimately, the viruses, bacteria, and some other things it will be impacting. And you see here the mosquito is again illness given to the human beings. Pollutants, you see here it is a pollutants one, and you here you might be see that this is the industries, vehicles, okay, they continuously generating the pollutants, and because of that one there is a formation of inhalation. It is very difficult to take the breathing, and where the breathing problems may arise. It may have the problems to the lungs, problem to the hearts, it may happen. If you look at just because of the air pollutants, and there may be the acid, because of this acid rain, there is a decay of the forest, and once the quantity of the trees are reduces, ultimately the oxygen that we get from the tree, it will be reduces. Because of that one we have difficulty to get the breathing. We are not get sufficient amount of the oxygen. When we are not getting a sufficient amount of the oxygen, there may be the stress is formed on the human beings. Okay, it is also this acid rain that is the main impact of the SO2, SOx and NOx gases, which is form this acid rain. Okay, now what happened to the vegetables? Definitely it will be impacting on this one. Or maybe the some particles matter which are released from the in the atmosphere, it may capture on this one, and the lead contents or some harmful material, it is accumulated on the vegetables. Now this is again when the human beings eat these vegetables, it is inject into his body, and there is a accumulation of the lead, there is accumulation of the some particulates matter, and because of that one it is impacting to the human beings. So these are the certain things which are continuously impacting on the human beings. Okay. Now what is the impact to the environment? Now another picture show what is the impacting to the environment. You see here, this is a picture where the industry is continuously releasing the gases. There is a impacting to the trees, there is impacting to the animals, birds, okay, and how this is the cycle, okay, it is a natural cycle. Now if anything is disturbed in between here, it will be impacting it, just because of this the releasing this the pollutants, it may have impact on the rain. There is the inhalation to the bird, atmospheric deposition is taking place. Here on this plant there is a deposition. Some of the particles it may absorb into the aquatic life, and there is accumulation of the toxic material like mercury lead into this fish. When the fish is eaten by the human beings, again it will be the impacting. Or the animals which are drink the water, it may accumulate some amount of mercury and lead into this one. Okay, so ultimately it is impacting to the environment, because excess amount of the pollutants are released by the process industry, by the humans. Okay, and ultimately it is impacting. Okay, the another topic from this module, it is the fate of air pollutant, but yes, that we will see in the next lecture. What is the fate of air pollutant?